Okay, guy, I'm way overdue on getting you an update video on Belle. I want to show you a little bit about what we've been working on, what we're getting going with your girl. Today, we're going to be doing this video here indoors in the shop. Show you what we've been working on. A lot of things have been going on this month. Belle's been making some really good progress, really growing up this month. She's really, at a point in her development where she can focus a lot longer, more every day. A lot more of that puppy behavior is going away. She's acting more and more like a young adult dog. So one of the things we work on in here, we'll show you the first thing, is loading in and out of the crate. That's up high. Oh, load up. We start with this little stack kennel in here because it helps dogs learn to jump up into something. A lot of people are going to put a dog, say, in a bed of a truck or on a trailer. You want to be able to have the dog jump up into something, into a container, so she's used to being in an elevated area. While she's in the crate, I wanted to show you what we're working with on today's device. This is the primary leash that I use. This is a classic slip lead, and all it is a regular leash with a clasp on the end and a ring that slides along the strap. And the idea is I'm going to clip this on here like this so it creates a nice, smooth sliding slip. So the purpose is when I pull on the leash, it will get tight, but as soon as we let it go slack, it will come off and not be pulling on her anymore. The idea is we're trying to teach her the concept of how to handle pressure. Pressure meaning that if I pull on the leash, she's going to feel pressure on her neck. And then when I am not pulling on the leash, the pressure should immediately come off. And that's what the ring around that leash does. And this is actually a vinyl coated canvas that works extremely well because this ring slides really slick and easy off of there. The other thing I wanted to introduce that we've been working on, just started introducing, is the use of the e-collar. And so the e-collar that we're using, a lot of people ask me, what do we use? What do we recommend? I don't have any strong recommendations except to say you get what you pay for and look closely at the features. So, for example, with this collar, this is a Garmin. It's the Pro 550 model, but what I'm looking for is that we have a collar that provides tone, vibration, and electronic stimulation. And I like the transmitter that is the tube style that fits in my hand well, and I know where the buttons are, so I can easily manipulate that. So it's the style that I'm used to. And really, probably by the end of it, using the e-collar will be helpful, but usually most people will not use it much after the dog goes home. And I think that will be the case with your girl Belle here. I don't think she's going to be a dog that's going to need a lot of pressure. The collar that I'm using here has got the longer probes, so we can they'll make nice contact, and we're going to put it on nice and snug up against the skin. I do always recommend that anybody who's using an e-collar, that you turn the e-collar on and use it on yourself to test. So usually I put it on like a 2, make sure that I can feel it. Oh, see, I didn't have it on. There it goes. And so I can feel the little tingle that it provides. It's important to test because we want to make sure that we're not applying too much or too little pressure. We want to make sure that the stimulation that the dog feels is what it's supposed to be. Now, one of the things I love about Belle is this right here. Belle is quiet. She's under control. She is calm. She is delightful to have around the kennel. She is an easy dog to keep. She's clean. She's healthy. I've been very happy with her. And so learning to deal with the environment and being in a crate has been great. She'll keep it clean, so we don't have to worry about that. She'll go outside and go do her business. And if we open it up, she does not come busting flying out. She understands that she needs to wait until it is her time to come out. So she's actually been a little bit reserved with me lately because we've been hammering away on the obedience. She's got an itchy spot, so I was going to give her a second. Come on, babe. Come on. Good girl. Come on. So what we're working on with formal obedience is we are working on the three basic commands, and that is sit, hear, and heal. Sit. Good girl. Belle seems to work pretty well with praise as a reward. I'm not giving any treats or any food as a reward, although if we had to resort to it, like say I really got in a jam and she was out where I couldn't get a hold of her, she will respond to food for sure. She's definitely food motivated. But what I want is I want her to be able to do this. First thing we need her to do is to be under control, to understand and accept the leash, that we're going to be controlling her and she's going to have to be obedient. So the three commands, as I said, are sit, which we see here. The second command is heal. Heal, for me, from my definition for heal, is I want her nose to be in front of me. I want the base of her tail to be behind me. And I will give her that much slack to move in between my legs. So long as she doesn't get far ahead or far behind, I'm not going to correct her heel position. That's where I want to see her be. So we'll do a little bit of here, and I'll show you a little, just kind of a couple reps here inside the building. Good girl. Good heel. Heel. And when I'm looking at heel, I want to see her about a foot away from me. Good girl. What I like about Belle is I like that body posture. Her tail says that she's feeling fine. She's not stressed. She's not pouty. She is good. Heel. Get back in the heel position. And sit. It says that she has a good attitude about this. That we've got some control going and she's okay with the process. So one of the things that I work hard on teaching dogs at this age, when we're working on formal obedience, is the mat. So we have our place mat, sit, that is going to be home base. And we're going to be using this to help her throughout the process understand where I want her to go. So the idea is when a dog is retrieving, we expect her to go out, get the bird, and come back to this spot and hold on to it until I'm ready to take it. In that process, 99% of it is an obedience task. The going and getting it, mama gave her that. But all the other stuff is the obedience. So what we need to work on is coming to this spot under control, and having some understanding of how I want her to come to me. So that's the process we're working on. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach her the here command, meaning to come to us, and we're going to do that using our place board. All right. Good girl. Belle, here. Good. Heel. Sit. Good dog. Good girl. Good. All right. So that's what I want to see. I want to see her come to me. Belle, here. Good. Heel. Sit. Good dog. Very good. So she's done a couple good reps with that. So now what I'm going to do, sit, is we're going to put the e-collar on her. And she's been wearing the e-collar. So she still will occasionally scratch at it. Like I said, we've just started work with e-collar conditioning and getting used to wearing it. And so what we're doing is we're using the tone and vibrate feature here at the beginning. But I do like to start with this with very low pressure. And pressure being a general term, meaning how I'm applying some sort of a force to her. And you can see that how she responds to this. So what I'm going to do is when I get out to the end of the leash and I say here, I'm going to push the button that produces the tone. And you may be able to hear this. I don't know if my microphone will pick it up or not. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to teach her that the tone means, hey, come on in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to teach her that if she doesn't come in quickly enough, she's going to feel vibration as well. So I'm going to go out. When I say here, I'm going to push the tone button, and then I'm going to vibrate the collar. Here. Good girl. Sit. I don't think my collar's on. Nope, wasn't on. Okay, let's try that again. Heel. Tone. Here. Okay, so there she got the tone and the vibrate, and all of that was what I would consider very typical start of early e-collar. She was looking around like, what was the sound? She felt the vibrate, she looked, but no negative response there. No flinching, no being scared, no pain. And of course, there's no electronic stim here, so I wouldn't expect any of that to happen. Let's do one more rep. Tone, vibrate, good. Sit. So the idea is, of course, that we're trying to teach her to pair the electronic stimulus with the obedience commands that she knows. So we just do a couple quick reps, then we'll take that off. And then Belle is such a nice, pleasant girl. Hey, right here. Belle, kennel up. Good girl. I really enjoy Belle. She is not a dog that I would say is difficult to work with. She's actually pretty easy to work with. Um, She is not a dog who is defiant. She's not a dog who's going to try to blow you off. But like, I think we made a lot of good strides this month in control. Definitely the word of the month for her has been control, and she's doing a lot better with that. So I'm real happy with her.